Hey guys, this is Steve bringing you a video showing a complete game of Next Level Momir Basic. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can click the link in the show info to the article that I wrote about this to get some more information. I lead off with an activation of Momir Vig for 1, which gets me Essence Ward and Paradise Mantle, which is an awesome start. Tons of creatures are going to be coming into play, plus the Paradise Mantle ramps me up. My opponent activates for 1 and gets Goblin Soothsayer alongside the much less exciting Sigil of Distinction. Check out my article for some more info about why that sucks. On turn 2, I rammed 3 mana and get this 1/2 dwarf with Veteran's Armaments. My opponent gets a Scarblade Elite with a Shuko, and then I totally hit the jackpot with Wild Elephant equipped with Volshock Battle Gear, a 6/6 Trampler. Catastrophe tries Jorah's sorcery ability to get something to deal with it, but the best he finds is Vicious Hunger to remove my dwarf. So I untap and I go ahead and activate Momir for 5, which gets me a Skull Mulcher with Sword of the Parents, which is another awesome artifact equipment in this format, considering there's going to be so many creatures. I get in for a bunch with the Elephant and pass the turn. My opponent gets Phyrexian Scuda with the Dead Iron Sledge, which is a awesome equipment in this format. It makes combat really difficult. He adjusts some of his equipment and passes the turn back to me. I untap and use the sorcery ability on Jiraiya and see Endless Swarm, which is an absolute bomb. I'm going to be getting a whole bunch of snakes, and then more snakes every turn for the rest of the game. I choose that spell, get my guys, crash into the red zone with... Oh, actually I've misclicked and forgot to attack, which is kind of a bummer, but I have a big advantage, so I don't think I'm going to lose. My opponent spends 5 mana for a Dread Slag, which comes into play dead due to its ability. Kind of a bummer for him. I untap and get another Endless Swarm, so now I have a whole bunch of snakes. The Sword of the Parents makes them no joke to deal with, and the best my opponent can do in the red zone is take 14 damage and go down to 1 life. I'm a little curious about the interaction between my Epic Spell and Jiraiya. I'm pretty sure it isn't going to let me play anything, but I want to try it out for sure, and I have a big advantage, so I figured there was nothing to lose. So I can confirm that if you have played an Epic Spell, you are not able to cast anything under Jiraiya. Reprocess would have been pretty awesome. I could have sacrificed most of my land to get even more snakes each turn than I'm already getting, but we'll just call it a lesson learned. So I pass the turn, and my opponent uses Jiraiya's sorcery ability, trying to find an answer. He gets Void, which is a pretty damn good answer. For the time being anyway, the Epic Spell is just going to fire off again next turn. Note that he also saw Profane come in, which is a total bomb in most formats, but is pretty useless with X equaling 0 in Next Level Momir Basic. So I lose all my tokens, and my opponent goes for 3 more random sorceries where he sees Washout, and conveniently both of my creatures are green, so he's able to bounce my entire army back to my hand. He takes his chance to get some damage through the red zone, but my life total is still high from Eternal Witness. He passes the turn and my Epic Spell fires again, giving me 2 snakes. I want to keep as many cards in my hand as possible to produce more snake tokens on future turns in case he decides to stage some kind of late game comeback. So instead of using any of my avatars, I simply re-equip my snake tokens. He plays out Plume Veil and readjusts his equipment, and then tries one more time for a big sorcery, seeing Drain the Well, Head Games, and Giant's Ire. Unfortunately for him, neither of those options are very good, and he ends up going with the 4 damage Giant sorcery. He passes the turn without attacking, and Endless Swarm fires again, bringing my snake army up to 5. Once again, instead of spending a card, I just re-equip Veteran's Armaments to one of my new snake tokens and pass the turn, setting up a lethal attack, assuming that nothing drastic happens during his turn. He uses all 7 mana to get a Duskdale Worm, which is a 7/7 Trampler, an absolute nightmare under most circumstances, but I have plenty of snakes and I'm able to simply swing with everybody and get around his defense. So there it is, a full game of Next Level Momir Basic. If you guys are interested in watching another one, I'm planning on recording it right after this, so check out my YouTube channel and you should be able to find it. Thanks for watching.